We all know a man who is highly reactive, that the moment you get under their skin, they start shouting, they start cussing you, they start doing whatever. We all know a man who blames everything on others, and nothing is ever their fault. We all know a man who doesn't take responsibility, who always finds a way to move the blame from themselves. The weather was bad, so I failed that exam because my hands were sweating, so I couldn't write fast enough. We all know someone who focuses too much on things that are out of their control. And the truth is, many of us, we are that person. And I'm not even gonna lie, I am that person in some aspects. And just like everyone else on earth, I am not perfect. You are not perfect. But just because we aren't perfect and will never be perfect doesn't mean that we shouldn't strive to be better. What I've come to find is that a good functional man is a stoic. And as soon as I say stoic, people will be like, Takura, it's okay to feel feelings. But that's where the misconception of stoicism is. Stoics aren't people that don't feel their emotions. In fact, they are more mindful of their emotions. And I would argue that they feel them more than other people. It's just that they don't let their emotions control them. So before I say that a good functional man is a stoic, so let me outline some of the aspects of a stoic man. So first of all, the stoics believed in self-mastery and self-discipline, of obtaining control of themselves so that nothing else could affect them. The stoics believed that life should be lived in the present moment and that you should never worry about the past or the future, and that the task at hand would always be the priority. They believe that in whatever you're doing, whether it's you're washing the dishes, whether you're combing your hair, do it with all your attention and do it as best as you can. Because the present moment is all you have. You can say that, the future, the past, but literally think right now, be introspective. What do you have right now besides the present moment? Dude, these birds. In honor of this video, I will not focus on those birds. Those birds are out of my control. I'll be practicing I'll be practicing stoicism. And fair enough, this video, the quality of this video may be low because, those birds are very loud. But the task at hand is important. Another thing that the Stoics believed in is extreme responsibility. That you should take responsibility of everything in your life. You shouldn't put things to chance. You shouldn't say that, this person's to blame. This. No, it would have been your fault. The Stoics were also very mindful of their emotions. And in fact, as I said before, they were more mindful than most people. It's just that they did not let their emotions control them. They would realize that, I'm sad. Or, I don't feel like doing this, but I'm going to do it anyways because the task is the priority. The reason why I say a good functional man embraces stoicism is because a good functional man provides for his family. And the truth is, you're not going to feel like providing every day. Some days you're going to wake up, you're going to be sad, you're going to feel like, let me just stay in bed the whole day. But then if you stay in bed, if you succumb to those negative emotions, if you succumb to that desire to not do anything, you will not be a good and functional man. You will not be able to provide for your family as best as you can. Because think about your fathers, your parents. Do you think they felt like going to work every day? Do you think they felt like getting up at 6 every single day? They didn't. But the task was the priority, and the task for them has been providing for you, ensuring that you have the best life possible. And I think probably the most important thing that the Stoics believed in is that you shouldn't seek pleasure, you should seek fulfillment. And you find fulfillment in doing what you are supposed to do, not what you want to do. Most of the time, the things that you want to do are not the things that will bring you more fulfillment. Because you want to eat junk food, you want to indulge in instant gratification. Those are the things that bring you fulfillment. Pleasure is not the goal, fulfillment is the goal. So I want you to think about this. In the future, you will be a man. And hopefully you have people that rely on you, people that you're responsible for, people that you have to protect and provide for. To be able to provide for them the best you can, you're going to have to focus on whatever profession you're doing. You're going to have to focus on doing each task as best you can so that you can provide the most value to the marketplace. When you're a man that people will rely on, you're going to have to be an emotional pillar. Yes, you're going to feel sadness. Yes, you're going to feel scared. Yes, you're going to feel all those negative emotions, but you can't let them control you because people rely on you. People are looking up to you to protect them and to provide for them. And in not letting your emotions control you, you're going to be practicing stoicism. You're going to be a stoic man. When you're a man in the future, you're going to be responsible for other people's futures. So that means you're going to have to focus on what you can do. And focus on what you can control so that you can better firstly your life and the life of the other people that you're responsible for. You have to focus on how best you can improve. And as a good functional man who is responsible for other people, you can't focus on pleasure. You can't make pleasure the goal of your life. Because if you make pleasure the goal of your life, you're gonna fall down a pit where you're focusing on, where can I get my next hit? When can I next have sex? When can I do this? Instead of focusing on the task of, I need to acquire resources so that I can protect my family, so that I can protect this community. It will be your duty as a man to delay your gratification and seek fulfillment. Delay gratification so that you can acquire resources, as I've said before. I've studied the Stoics for probably about a year now. When I say this with complete conviction that the Stoics were the most masculine men that have ever existed. I think if you want to be successful in life, if you want to reach a high level of status, you have to embrace Stoicism to a certain degree. And I've come to find that Stoicism is the way of men. So if you want to set yourself down this path of Stoicism, set yourself 3 tasks for tomorrow. 3 things that you have to do. No matter how bad you feel, no matter how much you don't want to do it. So these 3 things could be, I'm taking a cold shower, I'm going to do 2 hours of deep work, and I'm going to exercise. Whatever those 3 things are, you cannot go back on your word. You cannot not do it just because you don't feel like it. So tomorrow, set 3 tasks for yourself and complete those 3 tasks. And then do the same thing for for the rest of your life. Because you have to do the hard work, especially when you don't feel like it. You're going to have to set tasks. You're going to have to do things that aren't fun. But then those things that aren't fun are going to lead to the best growth. Those things are going to lead to you being so satisfied. Doing the hard things, especially when you don't want to, doing the things that you don't want to do, it's going to ensure that your future will be bright. And who doesn't want a bright future?